because we're not using compass, we're using mental maps. That's so reliable. Anyway, as we got to see that pickle in the first place. It's cloudy. We didn't camp. It's wet. Let's. It rained. Our grandiose camping trip that we sold up so well last week. It just rained and rained and rained. So the weather has kind of, we'll give you a bit of a pan shot. The weather kind of backed off for a little bit, but it was just there. Just felt like it was going to be miserable. So we're out and about again. We're exploring. Stop one today. We're up in Belangri, or Belangri. We're up in Belangri State Forest, and we decided to come and have a look at. I do have children with me. One's in the car, and one's got the new boots on. We decided after we got the boots going. We got the boots going, so he's happy with that. So we are up at number 1 fire tower, which was insert here how long it was here for. I do remember reading, but I don't remember how old it is. But you can see there's the base struts. Sorry, there's the base pads for what would have been the struts for a fire tower. So
here's a bit off it.
It's probably not. I'd say it's been gone many years, buddy. Great view. Long. We might be able to zoom in on that section to show you. Long view. It's a long way up. There is a picnic shed here in the shade of a nice tree. There is another one there. There is toilets, the good old drop toilets. Not very much else up here really in the form of assets, but so nice. Not a bad drive. I drove up in the Subi. It is 2-wheel drive access. There is a couple of rough spots in the forest at the moment, obviously because it rained. We always cop those little bits of wet spots, but it's just a really nice spot, out of the way. We are dead set it would taken us, I would have to say, an hour on the dot from home. 45 minutes, 30 minutes off the highway. It's a good, really straight run. So yeah, but yeah, it's so.
Like it's look at your finger.
Okay. The things he finds in the forest. So yeah, nice spot. We're gonna just stand and listen to how quiet it is. I'm hoping those birds picked up on that. That was awesome. We had those two whip birds talking to each other somewhere off in the distance. Great spot. Great little picnic spot up out of the way. There is somewhere here. Oh no, it's further down the road as we came in. There is a bird watching spot icon post on the side of the road. Yep, so stop number 1 today. Definitely successful. Probably foggy, probably a foggy spot in a good rainstorm, but for an overcast day, very nice, even temperature. Yeah, we'll keep going. So we actually headed to a place called Punchbowl Falls, which a few people have said, go, go, go. We've kind of come. The forestry trails are great when they're great, but not great when they're not. So I've actually parked the Subi, and we're going to walk down the last bit. So we'll put a bop on the map just to say that's where we walked from, because this trail gets very rough. And being that it's not, the Subaru is only an all-wheel drive, So it's okay on mud and slop, but it just doesn't have the drive to get over something like that. Like that would be a frame scraper. So we've decided, it's only guessing on the map, it's only a 10-minute walk. So we've decided to do the 10-minute walk down to the falls. We'll see how we go on that timing. But yeah, completely aware that we've got to walk back up this track, but it's not terrible. It's not a hot day. We're not dying of thirst or anything like that. So we'll see how we go for this walk. You can actually hear the creek running beside us. I'm not sure if that shows up, but yeah, for a non-four-wheel drive but an all-wheel drive car, you can get here reasonably well. There was a couple of, there's a creek crossing, it's 2 creek crossings and a couple of little rough spots that you just pick your line and you drive down. And keeping in mind we've just had rain, so the ground is wet, and we really had no issue other than a little bit of a slip on a sandy spot, which wasn't going to take us anywhere. So it's this kind of area here that's going to pull up on the all-wheel drives. There we go. we found it. We've sort of come across to it from that track, so maybe I had a bad steering on that road. So this leads to, I don't know that this is Punchbowl Falls. It's not the right size. Maybe we're too far up the creek. Maybe we've got to walk down the creek. We're right back there, boys?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, Caleb's there too. I mean, that's an impressive drop off that rock. That's not the image I remember seeing of Punchbowl Falls though. It's a very different look. We may be too far up the creek line. But yeah, that's cool. Well, this is kind of half a track here. We may have jumped, we may be too far up from the falls. This is a nice little spot though. I got to put it on my nice little spots list. This is a very nice little spot. Can I get across this log without... Ooh. That is not Punchbowl Falls. We're up the creek. We need to go that way down to Punchbowl Falls. Because Punchbowl Falls has got a big hole in it, that's why it's a bowl. So follow, there's a track down there. Dawson, there's a track there. Go down that track. We are back on the road. We ventured off the road. He's so excited. Whoa. So we ventured off the road because we thought we'd gone the wrong way. Didn't trust the map and the point that someone showed me to walk to. We walked over, we'll pop that bit of video in, found a different creek that actually heads west. We wanted to be heading south down this road, down to, I think it's south, we'll check. Because we're not using compass, we're using mental maps. That's so reliable. Anyway, as we got to see that pickle in the first place. We walked over, found that very interesting rock, but very inaccessible, nowhere to really climb up it without spending a lot of time on it. So you can see why we didn't drive the Subi down this part of the road. This is just mean. So after some bush bashing and me falling headfirst into the creek, thankfully with nothing getting wet except my shoe and that little egg that I haven't had much worse than that. That doesn't worry me. We decided to check the GPS because we were following the creek that we'd found, thinking, well, we'll just follow this down to the actual waterfall we want to go to. When I checked the GPS to see how far it was, we were actually on a separate creek. I'll pop a map in here. It shows you the creek we were following and where we were heading and why we were going totally the wrong direction. So thankfully checked the GPS only after about 5 minutes of walking. So after a little bit of bush bashing, we're back on the rugged track. And yeah, I hear quite a lot of flowing water. This track gets us down to the creek that we were supposed to be following in the first place. So this creek is called, I've drawn a blank, Willy, no? Pilly. I don't know. I will put up a nice Brill Creek. Wow, the 10-year-old. Are you smarter than a 10-year-old? So this track gets us down to Brill. This would be the end of even. I wouldn't bring a four-wheel drive down there. That's just unless you're into rock crawling or something. And then we have a track over here that takes us down to water. I hear a lot of water. So we have arrived at Punchbowl Falls. I am assuming this is where we were this is where we were headed, and it's very loud but not windy. Now there's no signage, there's no anything here in regards to, there's not even no location markers, there's nothing, you're in the bush. So it's not like Carrington and them where they put signs up. Well, there we go. There's a fair flow of water down there. That's a fair flow of water. That's a lot more than I've seen it some days. Like I've watched videos of the falls to see if it's worth coming and have a look. There we go. I am going to see if I can adventure a bit. I do have the drone, so I might see if I can get a really good front shot of the falls. But yeah, there's a lot of water streaming through there. So we have had 2 good nights of rain. So there's no toilets, there's no assets of any sort. It's a wild bush waterfall. But man, whew, definitely worth the walk in and a little bit of adventure getting lost getting here. But that is, and we're told you can actually swim in the swimming hole at the bottom. We don't have time for that today, and there's a bit of murk in that water. I'm not going to swim in it. Just for safety reference, I have left the boys up the top. They are on solid rock. I'm just getting just the sheer amount of water coming over there is amazing at the moment. It's the post-rain. There is, I don't know if you see it there, I can't really get anywhere. I'll throw the drone up for a better shot, but there is a little hole just there, a punch bowl, and then the water hits it and then up and over out again. How it's not a lot deeper or even carved out, I don't know. But so yeah, there's the surrounds, the landscape around us. So it just canyons through. Definitely worth the walk down if you're a waterfall person, and you have the ability to walk down through where we walked. Just going to head up the creek a bit. It is at this point in time, nobody else here. We are it. Alright. So there's the amount of water just flowing down there. That is just, that would probably be called a spa style to experience, but it's just too close to the edge. So, and then as you go up the creek line, it just becomes this timid, it is a fast flowing, but it just becomes this timid flowing creek. It's a fast flowing creek, but it's very, like, it just meanders through the rock. Absolutely worth the trip. And I've said a few times before, I wish I was a fantastic photographer. I'd stop and take some really good photos of these waves, those time exposure type photos that make the waves and the rocks look really, yeah, that. I think that's about all there is we can share. We've shown you the track in. There's no facilities here, nothing. Bring your own toilet paper. Dude! He's not looking. Oh, he's on his phone, he's got reception. Oh no. If anyone's gonna find reception in the bush, it's going to be the 16-year-old. So yeah, there you go. Lots of background escarpment to explore. I mean, if you were really spot on with the kids watching them, swimming hole. I have no idea on depth. Even possibly further up around that corner, there's a big straight stretch that would be a swimming hole on a tame day. But yeah, absolutely amazing spot. I recommend it. You have the ability to walk that 600 meters down from the forestry track, and your vehicle can handle the forestry track. It's not, don't come up here in your Corolla. If you come up here in your Corolla, you'll be getting towed home in the Hilux or something like that. Anyway, we'll do a bit more exploring, but definitely worth a trip for our number 2 today. It's going to go on the things to come back to list for me. Well, we had fun down there having a look at that waterfall. Lot of water going over that falls because of the recent rain. A couple of days of rain changes how much water gets over that rock. And yes, I'm puffing. We're suffering the consequences at the moment of the old walk down the hill for a look, walk up the hill to get out again. So yeah, it's a rocky track, but slow and steady up the hill. 10-minute walk down, 15-minute walk back up, depending on your fitness, I guess. None of us are fit, but we're not slow either. We get our stride going. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that. That was definitely making that number 2 on our list of to-dos for today. So we shall keep going. We shall walk the hill. guys. We'll see you next time and have a great week. Bye.